They're more flush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 15 millimeter spacers. They're hub centric, H&R, really high quality stuff.
They do look a lot better.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
I think that says Mickey Thompson, right?
And those wheels, those are limited edition.
What's up, Bertini fam? Now, in today's video, I'm going to be widening the GTR. Now, this is a relatively easy modification to do with a few simple tools. All you're gonna need is a breaker bar or a torque wrench, some sockets, if you have locks on your wheels, a wheel lock or wheel lug nut removals, maybe some degreaser if you want to clean things up a little bit. And yeah, I think that's about it. So it's a pretty simple modification, but on GTRs especially, and this actually goes for any vehicle. A lot of vehicles, if you notice, the wheels are really inside of the vehicle. They're not flush with the fenders. Let me show you. So as an example, here's my wife's Toyota Sienna. As you can see, they don't sit, like the wheels don't actually sit flush to the fender. They sit like inside of the fender. As you can see here on the GTR, there's quite a bit of space between the tire or the wheel, even the wheel face, and the actual fender. So there's quite a bit of space there that we want to go ahead and get this out. And this is a really good mod to do on vehicles. Now, what's cool about this mod is it's actually a pretty simple one. You could do this on pretty much any vehicle that I could think of. Of course, you can always get wheels that have the proper offset for the vehicle to make the wheels flush, or if you want a little bit of poke outside for a more aggressive look, you could do that as well. But what I have here is a set of H&R wheel spacers that basically help you fill the gap. Now the part number on this, and I'll include links in the description box below, but the part number on this is 306566 SW. Now, these are hub-centric spacers, so these are really high quality, really good stuff. I mean, I would expect nothing less from H&R anyways, but super high quality stuff, so very nice machining across this. These are the black anodized versions. They also have these in the, I believe they're called like matte silver or something like that, to match most people's wheels or brake rotors. And they come with everything you need. So they come with this spacer here, and they also come with these nuts to bolt them to your current studs. Not these studs, these are the ones that your wheel will go onto, but your current studs. All right, I think I've done enough talking. Let's go ahead and get the GTR into the garage, get the factory wheels off. I don't know why I said that like as if I'm installing aftermarket wheels, but we'll get the factory wheels off, and then we'll go ahead and start installing the wheel spacers on these things. Yeah, so I'm sure now you could probably see it even better now that I got my GTR in my garage. But yeah, there's quite a bit of a gap on there. There's quite a bit of spacing there. You could definitely see it more in the rear. I'll go ahead and get up there a little bit closer, but there's quite a bit of spacing there. And for a vehicle that's wide like this one, you definitely would like, and I love these wheels, by the way. I think the factory wheels look amazing. In fact, if they made these in a wider set, I would even just go for these. I think they're that good looking, and they are lightweight wheels. I believe they're made by Ray, so they're really nice wheels, but I would prefer them to have more of a flush setup. And as you know, by all of my builds, that's kind of like my theme. I want that perfect wheel fitment because it really does make a difference on this vehicle. Now, just an FYI, my GTR does have suspension work done in the front and in the rear, so my car is lowered a bit here, but I don't think that's gonna matter in this case, in case you're wondering. But like I said, you can do this modification on any vehicle to my knowledge. The torque spec for the GTR from the factory to torque these bolts down, including the H&R spacer bolts, is factory setting, factory recommended is 97 foot-pounds. But I'm going to be going to 100 foot-pounds. A few very important things. I know a lot of people don't like reading instructions, but on something like this where your wheels can come off, it's really important. So very important things to note. Don't use an impact wrench right there. That's a really important thing you want to take note of. The other thing is that you're torquing these down to the factory torque or wheel torque specifications. So in case you're wondering. Lastly, and I don't want to say the most important, but very, very important, because this step I see a lot of people missing when they're doing these kind of modifications with wheel spacers, is make sure that you go and re-torque everything down after you put 60 miles on your vehicle. All right, let's go ahead and loosen up these bolts, get the vehicle up, take the wheel off, put the wheel on, or wheel spacer on, not the wheel. Godly, this brake rotor is absolutely massive, and so is the brake caliper. All right, now the great thing about these H&R wheel spacers is you'll see there's some channeling in here, which goes perfectly over this area. It also perfectly goes over on the wheel side as well.
Hi there. Is there a project you're working on?
I know more than you.
All right.
Now all you do is you fit this over your current, right? And it locks into that channeling right there. And obviously once you mount it in, it won't move around like that, but it's perfectly in there. It's not going anywhere. And H&R supplies these nuts to go with it. So we'll go ahead and put these on right here and torque it down to the factory specification. This is what it looks like completed. Now, one thing to note, I did have Miguel come out here and press down on the, 100 foot-pounds has me winded. I had Miguel come out here and put his foot down on the front brake to keep it from spinning. And then of course I torqued it down in a cross pattern to 100 foot-pounds. Now we'll just go ahead and put back on the wheel, reinstall everything, get everything torqued down, including the wheel. We'll get the wheel torqued down to 100 foot-pounds. And then we're gonna move to the back side of the vehicle on this side of the car. So this came out absolutely flawless. Let me show you. So the fronts, it might be hard to see in the video, but it's practically completely flush. There you go. With the fender. You could probably do another 5 millimeters on the front. So meaning you could do a 20 millimeter on the front if you really, really wanted to, but I'm happy with this 15 millimeter on the front. Like I said, if you wanted to go like really close to it, you probably do a 20 millimeter. And if you really wanted a super aggressive like poke setup, probably a 25 on the front would be like super poke. And then on the rear, that thing is absolutely flush. So on the rear, it's practically perfect, as you can see here. If you wanted to like super poke in terms of like you really like that poke out look, I would say you can also do a 20 on the rear. So if you wanted a more poked out look, you could go with a 20 on the rear and a 20 or even a 25 on the front. With that, let me go ahead and hurry up here. I gotta get this finished because we gotta go to the mall and return something. Yeah, so let's get this side done. All right, well, just like the other side, this side came out super nice too. I'll show you here real quick. Just super flush fitment on both the front and rears. This thing just came out so nice. The one thing I am gonna change that I wanna get to is changing out this reflector slash light, or it's not I forgot what it's called right now. But anyways, that thing, and I wanna change this one out too, to the JDM style. I think it's gonna give it a much cleaner look. But man, I'm really digging the way this thing looks. All right, let's go get the boys' reactions real quick. They're expecting me. All right, come look. Tell me what you think.
You know, real giant. It looks more full.
Why do you look like that?
How big were they?
They're more flush, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're 15 millimeter spacers. They're hub centric, H&R, really high quality stuff.
They do look a lot better.
Yeah.
Right? What do you rate that kind of mod on a scale from 1 to 10? Are you gonna do it to the Miata now?
Space are so bad. Look at my fitment. It's atrocious.
He needs your tires.
No. My tires are actually so
Dude,
good.
those are like drag radials, right?
Yeah.
They're Mickey Thompsons?
Yep.
I think that says Mickey Thompson, right?
And those wheels, those are limited edition. 1 of 1.
Yeah, or, well, they're 1 of 4.
But the set is 1 of 1. The set
Yeah,
is 1 of
Miguel
1.
in the back. Miguel in the back. He's your friend. Hey, for real though, are we gonna get some like spacers on this thing or what?
Who's we? He's broke.
We-
We're broke. We
we're
have
not
no
broke.
money, Michael. Feed us.
Wow, savagery.
You're gonna build this car.
Okay, cool.
I don't know about that, but all right.
It's gonna happen. I need my car built.
So what do you think, for real?
I really just need a paint job and some wheels, and then
I'm not in a position where I can help you because the way that my bank account is set up, the thing is, I got a checking in the savings, but all my money is in the savings. I don't think my card is gonna go through unless you got jeans on because you gotta wipe it off.
I'm gonna go ahead and incorporate some video right now, some slow-mo shots so you guys can see exactly how nice this thing looks outside. It is just, I mean, the fitment, it makes the car look so different. I actually wish Nissan would have did this directly from the factory. I really think that all factory vehicles should come looking like this. It just completely transforms the way a vehicle looks. Nice tires, nice wheels, nice wheel fitment. Really makes a big difference. Anyways, if you're interested in picking up wheel spacers for your vehicle, I'll go ahead and include links in the description box below. I'll include the ones where I found that had the best customer service, quickest shipping, and were the most cost effective. But of course, you don't have to use my links. Feel free to shop around if you want. Just know that if you use any of my links, it's gonna be from the most reliable resource. They're not gonna be replica parts or imitation products. They are definitely real and legit parts, which is something you have to worry about in the car market these days. I mean, in pretty much any market, there's a lot of fakes and copies out there. Just know that I've done my research before I put any links in the description box below for you all to pick up parts from. And like I said, everything that I've done today on my GTR can be done on any vehicle. I highly recommend looking into it, whether you have a Toyota Corolla, Toyota Camry, Honda Civic, Honda Accord, SUV. You can do this literally on any vehicle. What's good about this too, when you widen your car's stance, you also improve your vehicle's cornering capabilities. So when you see vehicles flip sometimes, this is something that can help prevent it. Not always, obviously there's a lot of factors in that statement, but it's something that does help with cornering because now you have a wider footprint. With that being said, if you found this video helpful, do me a big favor and click the like button. That helps out my channel, that helps out this video. And if you have not yet subscribed to my channel, go ahead, click the subscribe button, join the community, hit the notification bell. This way you're notified every single time I put out a new video. Most importantly, we live in a pretty rough world. Make sure you're the difference. So make sure you're putting out good energy into the world and you're paying it forward. I'll check y'all out later. Bye now.